Here, I'm hoping that this live we have some we have some special guests to come in. Um, I hope we have some special guests. They just show up because I didn't know that yo whatever the fuck y'all doing, y'all blocking people from coming in. See, and they go H, but people can't see certain people messages. I don't like that because I want to see it because then it makes me have to say certain things on here. And y'all playing a vicious game that you know people can get hurt, and and this is not the intent of this page. This page has never been about the intent of hurting anybody. It's been about defending a motherfucker's name, mainly mine. And so I don't get a chance to talk to people the way I need to talk to them, or sometimes they don't understand what I'm saying. So I decided to do this live. All I did was, I just took my meds today. So I'm gonna get in y'all ass today, Doc, because y'all so mic'd up down there, and y'all so fucking phony. And I just happened, you, it's a Maserati Yay gets booked. Maserati Yay gets booked. And now, let me show y'all something that was posted. And let me make sure that Soul Player TV, don't forget, nigga, I could play any of your shits that I want. I paid for it. Don't be trying to strike the channel. But I'm going to show you some shit. Let me share this screen with y'all. All right, so here we go. So now I'm looking on my other page. I'm looking on the page that I'm joining. I can't even see H John. So H can't see. I can see him in these chats, but when I look on the page, I don't see him. But a motherfucker came in and was threatening. I was like, yo, that ain't the boy you want to be talking to. But then you said his whole John. So that means somebody trying to do some research, or somebody close to us is trying to identify people. I put my picture up here. So people trying to identify people. Don't worry about it. My family, we don't even play that. We don't play that. And so this is Soul Player TV.
Man, we just hired a lawyer, gave him 100,000. Federal hold. Hey man, real quick, I want to say y'all go.
We having our little spout, man, and we were just having fun trying to promote.
Now I want y'all to see. Now listen. Now let me explain this situation to you. At first, this boy Maserati Yay, I think he like number one on a certain list, on a certain indictment. So I show y'all the indictment, but him and Soul Player, they was arguing on another live by Soul Player, and it was other people up there. They was arguing too. and he was talking about Bull owed him some money, and now Bull is in federal custody. Let me show you this indictment. Yo, this shit crazy. And let me check the indictment. We're gonna do this shit live, and we're gonna do it right because we don't play no games over here. None. I don't be putting up no bullshit and saying this, saying that, and making the shit up. I show you the shit in black and fucking white. So the first thing I'm going to share, let me take Maserati. Yo, so you see, they saying he in custody. They saying he in custody. Let me play it a little bit more. So if you looking, you determine if the nigga is in custody.
You can put some more money on this bitch too. All right, I'm gonna hang him call right. I'm gonna call right now. All right, hang him call right now. Ain't no basic shit, my niggas come and take shit. You a messy bitch, came up with that zesty shit. Ain't no counterfeit, really ain't happy shit. Niggas in the net, I ain't with all that type.
We was on live having our little spout doing our thing live on Instagram, man. And the police rolled you, man. What happened, bro?
Y'all was on where? Y'all, so player, you was on Instagram mad at the boy because you saying that money that he was flashing in that video, you said that shit was fake. So y'all was going at it. Then some other boy came in there. I got that video too. I'm gonna show all y'all shit. I'm gonna stop playing with y'all like I don't know shit, and y'all think I don't know shit. I'm telling you, I don't really got nothing to do with it. Just don't be bringing me into it and stop getting in the way of me getting my change aid because you ain't helped me get my money. So don't be protecting niggas that owe me bread. You in my fucking way. So you Dallas niggas, yo, I don't even know y'all niggas, and y'all taking up for a chump that ain't seen an inside of a fucking jail cell. All he doing is beating women and touching kids. Let that nigga go to where he need to go so he can get fucked up. And that's Ratchet TV. I showed y'all that shit last night. I don't know this boy Maserati. Yay. I'm sorry that you got caught up in there and I had to show the indictment, but whatever. You with GRC, you was talking some shit about. All right, let me stop this. Let me stop showing that. Let me bring this indictment up. So now, let me share the screen so you'll see what I did. First thing this morning, I went and seen what was happening in this case right here. And it says, the estate of Melvin Noble Jr. That's MO3 right here. This is MO3. So it's a date of the last filing was 2/13. That's my birthday. So I went down there and seen if someone filed something. No. Let me pull up and pull up the document that I downloaded. See, I don't know how to do all this shit right here. So let me stop the screen and then let me bring up that document that I just showed you. That was the last document and drop that on the 13th. Today the 17th. If you in the feds and you get released, they don't release you on no Saturday or no fucking Sunday. Niggas get released if your date is coming up, they're gonna release you like on that Friday. And then they'll release you. If not, they'll release you on that Monday. They're not releasing you on no fucking weekend. They don't got the staff to do all that shit. Unless someone told them, yo, get that motherfucker up out of there. You know, but that ain't how it usually go down. I ain't get released on no motherfucking weekend. I know what my date was, and I got the fuck out on a weekday. But let me show you. Let me share this screen right here. So this is from the case that I just showed you. You see, it was filed on the 13th. And you see, and it say Regine Bowling doing business as Absolute Production Recording Studios and Pearly Gates, AK. Now, this, most people is not paying attention to this because it's a civil matter. Motherfuckers want to know if niggas is telling. Yo, you might not find out if a nigga telling in a criminal case, but you know that they might have testified in a civil case, and then in a civil case, they had to give out certain discovery. So I didn't go deep into the document. I just showed y'all that drop filed this document on the 13th. And it says defendant's motion for leave to amend counterclaims and join additional defendants. Now, you might not believe that from a civil case, a criminal case comes about. Defendant Gates counterclaims and says join additional parties, including the estate/administrator Daniel White, meaning they want the lawyer to be, they want him to be a defendant. Estate consultant Brandon Rainwater, they want him to be a defendant. Wixon Music Publishing Inc. and Empire Distribution Inc. as additional defendants, right? It says through discovery and further investigation, defendants have identified new claims and additional parties who have conspired with plaintiff estate to fraudulently deprive the defendant Boland of his rightful ownership and revenue derived from the sound recordings. Specifically, plaintiff has failed to provide an accounting of revenues and profits from sound recordings made in defendant Boland's studio with MO3 that were later exploited commercially without defendant Boland's consent. I didn't go through the whole joint. A copy of a proposed amended counterclaim is attached as Exhibit A. So I just was giving you like the highlights of what's going on, because as far as we see, you know, in the on all the MO3 sector, do you ever see them trying to say that he had something, that Rainwater had something to do with the death of MO3? It took somebody that was actually his cousin, was MO3 cousin. He a producer. Yo, he's sitting in the studio busting around. Yeah, they making music. Rainwater comes in and act like he bought him up. Rainwater getting signed to a deal. Next thing you know, my man is dead. And then you come to the funeral and ask for his, you know, something that you should have had if you was a manager and you knew him. If y'all came up together, you was a partner, you supposed to had all of that. You supposed to had his last recordings. Nah, you had your little stripper bitch, Queen 88. You had her father talking to me. But we're going to get to that too. So if I forget it, somebody remind me if you're listening. I'm going to break this shit down for you so quick. You picked the wrong nigga to fuck with. Now this is the case that was. This is now, mind you, they saying they want these people to be defendants, but before he did that, before Drop did, he said he wanted to amend the motion he already, the counterclaim that he already put in. And in paragraph 23 of that motion, let me show you. I gotta do this. I want to do this fast. Let me see. I can make it fast by looking at these things live. I don't want to download the motion again. I have to pay for it again because I got it in here. I just gotta know what I put it under. So when here we go. So everybody else, if the man was murdered, and who murdered him? They ain't like I ain't no cop. But I keep telling y'all, it's gonna be this case that it's gonna be the civil case that's gonna make the other case move. And I ain't no lawyer, but I know how to fucking read. So let me see if y'all seeing this. So you see right here, they was suing, the estate was suing him, Raging Bowling, doing business as Absolute. And they was going to take his recordings by force. So he filed a complaint, a counterclaim. But in his counterclaim, he was very specific. And that's right here. This was filed 11/08/23, and this is filed by, I'm gonna call him Drop, but you see it say Ray Jane Bolden Jr. doing business as Absolute Productions. He filed this. Now you see he goes in and he states what he states. He said the defendant, Ray Jane Bolden Absolute Recording, is music producer and recording engineer with 30 years of professional experience. So, and then the other defendant is Pearly Gates, aka PG. I don't know who Bull is, but it says that in paragraph 2, it says the estate of Melvin Noble Jr. is artist, protege, and friend of Ray Jane Bolden. Now he done got y'all in there and said they was friends, right? Ray Jane Bolden Jr. is, in fact, the producer who captured and processed the sounds of MO3 songs, right? So in order to collect all of the songs, you got to have the copyrights, meaning they belong to you. That shit belonged to you. So meaning somebody made the recordings, and then somebody was rapping the voice and the music together. Those were the two people, or however many people was in there. Yo, that shit belonged to them. You file it with the copyright office, and you copyright the song, and then people have to come pay you. But what's been happening in the industry is that's not what's been happening. It's like a few motherfuckers that own other people's masters and all of that shit because of a signed contract. So Ray Bolin put out this. He tell you in paragraph 10, let me make that smaller so you can see it. The song, the smash hit Hold Your Tongue, and wasn't compensated nor credited. That's his music. So look, he named certain people, and I just highlighted certain names that I saw. Marcus Miller, Ty Hendon, Little Bootsy, Kevin Gate, and much and more, such as owner Paul Osborne, who is owner of Audio Dollars. Right? So that means people got money tied up in this. The first thing he did when he starts talking about Melvin Abdul Noble Jr.'s death, he said Brandon Rainwater was not in contract as Mr. Noble's manager at the time of his untimely demise. Noble never communicated to Bolin to release files to anyone because we had unfinished business, and he himself was aware. Then he says, Mr. Bolin, look, in paragraph 18, Mr. Bolin is relative to Melvin Noble Sr. So on that side alone, he's related to Melvin Noble. That's his cousin. In paragraph 23, right here, Mr. Bolin's attorney at that time was Raimundo Mbala, and he instructed his client to remain silent. Furthermore, in such a volatile, murderous climate, highly credible and believable allegations were swirling that Brandon Rainwater was involved in a plot to have the artist murdered. Rainwater reached out to Bolin shortly before the artist's death in an attempt to take possession of what? The master recordings. He also confronted Bolin at the burial grounds about the recordings as the Reverend was delivering the final words before lowering the casket into the ground. This made the allegations even more believable. Mr. Bolin had and has, when he filed this, every reason to fear for his life. He says, we have witnesses to verify these claims. All the claims made in paragraph 23, which the main claim is Brandon Rainwater was involved in a plot to have the artist murdered. That's what it says. That's what Bolin said back in 2023. We in 2025, and they still rumbling. And now, yeah, motherfuckers done actually did discovery over 2 years, like having motherfuckers say, get up on the stand and testify, right? I mean, everybody should be in agreement right there at least. And just in case, so I can make sure that everybody that's looking understand, this is Bowling. He signed it. What he say right here? The $6 million in compensatory damages is for the deprivation of royalties, lost financial opportunities, slander, and pain and suffering. Empire Records and the estate have waxed rich from Boland's master recording. We are requesting that a forensic royalty audit be conducted to discover the true nature of the damage. Yeah, he want to know how much y'all made, but he's saying 6 million. He capped it at 6 million. And then he says, additionally, Mr. Boland wishes the court would punish the perpetrators for each infraction to the fullest extent of the law. Mr. Boland also wishes this entire case would be dismissed with prejudice. Mr. Boland wishes to return to his normal private and business life. Furthermore, we ask that you penalize or censure the estate of Melvin Noble Jr. and its cohorts. Yo, listen at the words he's using: for tortuous interference, defamation of character, libel, slander, and especially for their multiple attempts to defraud the court. Defraud the court. The defendants are appalled by the multiplicity of outright lies that have been told to defraud this man of his most financially lucrative body of work to date. And if you go on, if I were to go on and show you, he has a disc. Shout out to K. Marie, salute. But this man, I got the thing where they're showing a disc and they're talking about a Netflix deal. That's Queen 88 and her pop and her pizzop. They're showing it, and they're showing it to me, and they saying it was only worth $200,000. They said how much? Empire. Now I don't know if that was the true value or whatever, but Drop said 6 million starting. That's in compensatory damages, and then he's asking the court to punish him, so there's punitive damages. So that shit come out to a lot of money. But everybody knows that when you sign a contract, a recording contract, you get advance money. Now, we've heard, we don't have the documentation, but we've heard that shit is like $10 million they gave up front. And the $10 million, it disappeared. Weird. I mean, when I be playing the boy music, he say what he spent his money on. But that's not it. We know that this man passed away, right? So if he passed away, somebody did it. And all of us, when we asking for justice for MO3, we can't say, yo, that's because MO3 was in a war where he was beefing with somebody, and somebody got splashed on the other side, and then he gets killed, that he don't deserve justice. He deserved justice right here through this, that his family get the copyrights. That's one of the ways you get justice. and justice, it ain't always held in the courtroom, because they let the cop to beat the shit out you and shoot you to death, and then walk right out the courtroom and they say not guilty, he did it in line of duty, and all types of shit. All right. So who better? And I'm not trying to solve the case, but the motherfuckers that they got, let's see if they're out. They said that Devin Brown. Now they said it was a plot. So if you have a plot, it's like you put into motion certain things to happen. So I showed y'all. So we're gonna finish with the paperwork first, so y'all see why we are the receipts. We already seen Brandon Rainwater's name come up. Let me go back before we get out of there. We see why Brandon Rainwater's name come up. Let's go back up in this document. Let me see, make sure y'all still seeing this document. All right, we're gonna go back up in there, and it's gonna say the part that I looked at. We're gonna look at paragraph 31 too. We read paragraph 23. Here's 25. Now, before it got to 25, it said there is no proof. It says Mr. Bolin was under instruction of his attorney to allow plaintiff's attorney to follow the proper legal processes. And then he says there is no proof of any such allegation. Empire Records reached out to Bolin in an attempt to take possession of the files as if they had a legitimate claim to the sound recordings during a what? Zoom call with Empire and its attorney. Mike Gallegos, Bolin's attorney, asserted Bolin's ownership of the sound recording in accordance with what? U.S. copyright law, and talks never resumed. This is what was filed in November of 2023. So there is documentation showing that talks have resumed now. And remember this attorney, Rayshawn Marky Finkley. That's this attorney is Brandon Rainwater's attorney, formed his company, Legendary Records, whatever the fuck that shit's called. But my man goes on and breaks even more down. He said, in bringing clarity to the text message correspondence between Mr. Bolin and Nicole Nobles, Mr. Bolin wanted to be thoughtful. Bolin would only consider a cooperative business venture wherein he is the custodial caretaker of the files in which he has an ownership interest. He intimated that business must be handled properly. That was the true nature of the exchange. Bam. Now, so what happens? He said that Ghazi Shami, I don't know who Ghazi Shami is. They say that he owns Empire Records, or he took it over him and somebody else took it. Reached out to Mr. Bolin, and Bolin never agreed to release the recordings to Empire Records for a dollar amount. There would be no reason to articulate a case to the estate because they never displayed any understanding of the law. The particular approaches from the estate's attorney, Daniel White, and who? Ghazi Shami, is what prompted Mr. Bolin to seek legal counsel. Mr. Boland has evidence of the conversations and text message exchanges. He got the text messages where they're talking. But what happened in between that time, which is all over the internet, is that while Miss Nicole went to try and file an estate and then tried to find out what his assets was, her son's assets was, because she wasn't riding around with him. She don't know everything that he did because Rainwater was supposed to be the manager. So, and if he ain't tell the mom what was going on, the mom don't know. So she files an estate. Not this one, like in this federal court. No, she filed the estate down in Collin County in Dallas. She wanted to find out what her son's stuff was. So when she was starting to get some of the stuff, yeah, the baby moms misunderstanding the law. Yeah, they voted Miss Nicole off the estate after she established a foundation in MO3's name. And that foundation was helping people, which he was doing. We got the videos showing MO3 was giving money away to help people where he came from, paying their rent, all of that shit. That's money that people don't like to see people doing, like getting rid of that money. Somebody didn't like that shit. So let's keep going. He called it the shakedown. The attorneys of the estate made a claim that Mr. Boland's attorney, Raymond Boland, was proposing to insert his client into a business deal in which he had no interest, either as an author or producer. Now they trying to say that, he ain't a producer. They trying to say that he merely is a fucking audio tech or some fucking engineer. When in reality, if we look at P. Diddy, did he produce the songs that was on, like, let's say everybody, let's take R. Kelly. Let's take R. Kelly. R. Kelly remix songs, put the beats to them. They say he couldn't write, but you always see his name and it say I think it say R. Kelly Publishing. So even when motherfuckers play the music and when they was trying to, put him down and y'all was playing the music, y'all still had to pay him. All of the whole thing about these artists, like Michael Jackson, all of these great artists, they want their fucking bread. But then they sign up with a label, the label sign them up into a deal, and the label put a clause in there that maybe it says, that some people call it the death clause or whatever, where you sign in all of your publishing rights over there to somebody else. You don't have to sign that shit like that. You can make a change. But that part of the deal, that part of the record hold drawn is, that shit is blacked out when we see it in the court papers. So what wasn't blacked out is in the Copyright Office of the United States, Ray Jean Boland and Melvin A. Noble filed, or whoever filed it, they filed the copyrights that they own, the words, the likeness, the music, everything that had to do with Mo3, his little cousin. Then come to find out, they're related on both sides. The mom and the pop, they all related. So that's 100% belongs to the Noble family. So the Noble family owns 100% according to the documents, the copyright documents. And then therefore, they should be able to make a deal with Empire how much they want to sell it without Brandon Rainwater involved in it, because Brandon Rainwater wasn't there every time the music was made. He was just the slick lip with the slit in it, the snake that MO3 rapping about in the record, talking about his partner. I'm just saying. I mean, this shit ain't hard. Like, this shit is in black and fucking white. And in paragraph 31, he breaks it all down. He says, the truth of the matter is, a meeting should have taken place with Bolin before MO3's signing so that all of the necessary discussions and paperwork could be done in preparation to transfer the masters in an effort to cut Bolin out of the deal with Empire. Look, Brandon Rainwater, who come in later, MO3's manager, he put it in parentheses, went off script and broke the trust regarding the objectives that had been discussed amongst the group. So whatever that group was prior to the meeting with Empire. So before MO3 was murdered, a lot of people had put money, which is it's not it's not a surprise that you get somebody and they need a certain amount of money and a certain amount of exposure, that it'll take a group, it'll take the hood, it'll take people that got money. And I'm talking about niggas in the hood that, you know, their money might be some type of way, you know, they got it however they got it. It ain't nobody fucking business how they got it, but they put into investing in MO3. It is our belief that Brandon Rainwater hatched a scheme to sign his artist nobles and cut the production company out the deal to give him more influence over the artist. Apparently, due to his lack of knowledge and experience as a music business executive, he didn't know the specifics regarding sound recordings, ownership of the agreement made prior to him becoming Noble's manager. The agreement was the masters would remain the property of Absolute Productions due to Mr. Bolin's investment. We have a witness who was present as the plan was finalized, and this witness is willing to come to court and testify under oath that Brandon Rainwater wasn't there. Brandon Rainwater is a glorified fucking promoter. He got the gift, the gab, set him up. But this is what gets me. You see, they start listening. Jasmine Moore, pertaining to this matter. Ray Bolin was not at the meeting with Pearly Gates. Jasmine Moore was accompanied by her brother, and his name was Michael Sims. I need you, if you following the case, Michael Sims. They get very specific. Upon Mr. Gates' arrival to the meeting, which place at Papacito's restaurant on August 24th, 2023. Mr. Gates was empty-handed with papers. Mr. Gates was empty-handed with papers whatsoever. This can be verified by cameras inside and outside the restaurant and the witness who drove Gates to and from the meeting. This is yet another false statement. And Ms. Moore testified that somebody came to her and wanted her to sign some papers. And so, I mean, somebody's lying, and we got to get down to the truth of the matter of Ms. Moore's involvement, because they went to her because I believe Ms. Moore, isn't she some kin to one of the guys, Trap Boy Freddy, because his last name is Moore, right? The Trap Boy Freddy's last name is Moore. I don't know, how, like, their sister, brother, whatever. But remember, Michael Sims. So during the whole time that I've been covering the case, all I just been showing you is indictment. So now this is the civil side of it, where they want the music so we can keep hearing MO3. Let's get up out of that part, because you see what they saying. I just showed you that now, as of February 13th, which was my birthday, 2025, they want to add additional defendants because they said after additional discovery. Additional discovery. I mean, I guess they've been hearing you motherfuckers talking so much on here, just talking, rapping. And I damn sure, I know that I played a part in putting this nigga out there, because this nigga tried to get me booked with my PO. Yeah, he was trying to get me booked. And it say August the 24th, 2023. So let me stop sharing that. That was August the 24th of 2023. But just prior to that, now here's my involvement, only involvement. The man had been dead after this meeting. And let me share my screen. This says B&B North LLC and Queen 88 Estates, but it's on Microsoft Teams. But it's, look at the date, 8/8/2023. I'm in my office, in my home, waiting for them to get on. And bam, there she is. Then there's her dad.
Joint venture, joint liability too.
So when we're starting to talk,
And I was like, I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? He was trying to he was pushing the gas on the joint for nothing. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
That's just banner we talking right there.
Still not smoking.
Now this is the
he
business.
estimated that it's worth $200,000.
Yeah, the buyer would buy it right now. They would buy it right now.
$200,000.
They would buy it right now. But
This is
if they do, then he wouldn't have any rights or anything like that. He actually owns. He told them, "Look, you do this fish documentary." He actually did an interview. Yeah, 3 been dead. What? Almost
Going on 3 years.
She did an
Yeah,
interview yet. She's gonna get on this documentary. She's gonna give the interview, first interview anybody here from MO3 Mama about his death, all of that, man. This is gonna be huge. And the camera that we got, Netflix requires certain type of camera, you know what I mean? In order for you to try to get it on there.
So that's number one. They're talking about getting on Netflix. But they're talking about Miss Nicole. And they're saying that Miss Nicole is telling them everything. And they said she hasn't spoken on any interviews or anything. Okay, so if Miss Nicole never spoke on any interviews and everything, then how the fuck she know how much it's worth? In the court documents, it says that her and the father never ever received the stuff. They never got the stuff. Even when she was the administrator of the estate, she never got the stuff that she was supposed to, because the purpose of the estate and one of the things that the administrator does is go out and get all of the assets of MO3, because he died in interstate, meaning that he didn't have a will. So they got to, find out everything. But we know from his records, the boss said he had some jewelry. He said that he purchased a car lot. Yeah, he said he purchased a car lot, an Automart. That's what he said. Then he said he bought him a car. He said everything that he bought.
But we got that camera. My partner G got that specific camera. So
said my partner G, his partner G.
And with that MacBook, he'd be able to edit everything.
And he said, with that MacBook, which I have to this day, I still got the MacBook. So if they was contacting me to get in the deal, they needed a MacBook.
And all of that. We're gonna go everywhere. 3 grew up, interviewing family, just everything, man. So it's gonna be huge by the time we get it done and we get it dropped.
so.
Your camera freeze it.
Who mine?
No, that's your job. Mine, I'm on my laptop. So the mom saying that the footage alone is worth $200,000.
Because if I want to release a documentary, you know what I mean? But they, he signed that deal late. They don't have the footage. You know what I mean? All they got is stuff off of YouTube, stuff like that. They use stuff like that. They don't have.
So wait a minute. Didn't I hear you say something about Lil Boosie earlier?
Yeah.
So there go Little Boosie being brought in there. Y'all brought Little Boosie name up. Y'all both from Texas, and y'all brought Little Boosie name up. All I did was go, because when you first bought, anybody said anything about it, I wanted to see what it was, like how the family was getting money or whatever before we get into the deal. And then I found out that there was something called MO3 Badass. But at the time I'm talking to him, I had just was briefly going over. I had no thoughts of or any realization that, I could really get into this deal at the ground floor and almost paying nothing because they were offering me a office space down in Texas and everything. So I can continue to do what the business that I was doing. But
And I was
My
right.
father got a
Yo, I was, listen, I said, when I was talking about the Spence fight, so
what fight? Spence. Errol Spence was supposed to fight Pacquiao. But I don't know. Errol Spence couldn't beat no motherfucker Pacquiao, but that would have been a big fight. Pacquiao was the man back then, but Errol Spence, yo, you was getting it. You wasn't doing what you was supposed to do. You was at the clubs and all that shit, and you got into it with MO3. And I don't know what happened. I just seen a video of Errol Spence's car flipping over. So somebody been leaking shit. And it don't take rocket fucking science to just start saying, oh, okay, I see a car rushing past there, and then I see this other car flip. And it happened to be the boxer Errol Spence. And they looked like they came from the same fucking direction. Then someone came out and identified that car. I don't know who identified the fucking car. It wasn't the fuck me. Somebody identified the car that kept speeding by, that was speeding by, as a car that may have had MO3 in it. Now, whatever him and Errol Spence had going on or whatever, yeah, when he got fucked up, that nigga was fucked up. So, yeah, they were scared for him. Yo, Pacquiao might have knocked this nigga head over, like out the ring on some Martin shit. But he ended up getting that ass whooped any fucking way. And MO3 kept saying somebody was putting money on his head. He knew this. Before he died, he said somebody was putting money on his head. So people had special roles, roles. I just read to you that somebody went off a script. Okay.
actually went and seen that myself. I'm like, yo, he don't have anything that say HSM on his chest. He never I never seen him wearing that. So then I clicked on the HSM, trying to look it up, see who HSM was, because I was trying to see if the family was getting money or if who's giving the family money. And people making money off of his name. And then it came up to something ass like it was Boosie Badass, whatever.
So that's what I was just telling you. I couldn't figure out at the time that I'm talking to them. I'm not on there looking at it. I'm going from memory, and I remember. But it was MO3 Badass. That was something that I guess him and Boosie decided to formulate MO3 Badass. And I just started looking at the videos. Everybody that MO3 appeared with, motherfuckers let them shine. It was a blessing to be in the man company, because the man was the man. MO3 was the bag, because he could spit and he could sing. Now, these two fuckers right here, this is a dancer and this is a dancer promoter. So, they probably help with putting some dancer bitches in the videos. maybe this is right here. That part is coming from me as I'm starting to see more into this case. But they mentioned them, but I saw Lil Boosie's name attached to it. And I never liked Lil Boosie, but I liked it. I liked the remix. And it took me time that people kept coming over on my channel and people kept trying to blame shit on Lil Boosie, right? So I'm like, damn, well, did Lil Boosie have something to do with it? I'm a man that knows how to go and look up certain documents. And I saw that Lil Boosie had been, before MO3's death, Lil Boosie had been removed from his own company. And his brother took over, was taking over the company. Now, Lil Boosie is what I characterize, because I can say it about myself. He a criminal, he from the street. I'm a criminal. I know the streets, but I didn't hang in the streets, but I dealt with people that was in the streets. And I myself, to get my company started, I dealt with people that was in the streets. I needed money. Yo, let me hold this amount and I'll get this amount to you back. And I did that right here in Philadelphia. And some of them was people that was in the music industry, but I wasn't in the music industry. I was in the real estate industry. But I ended up getting a studio.
He merged, whoever he merged with somebody, and they went to, but it then went to another white company.
Well, the HSM was 3 shit. You know what I mean? Really.
HSM was 3 shit. So he's getting ready to say it's not in existence anymore. HSM is done. Whatever at the time of this meeting, HSM had been disbanded or whatever, but that's not the truth. And they said what HSM stood for, and I don't know what HSM stood for. I just interjected what I believe it stood for. That if it was 3 shit, you either hated what he was saying, you were sad about what he was saying, or you was mad about what he's saying. So I just took HSM for that. That's in my mind, that's how I'm gonna rock. Because when 3 used to spit, yeah, you motherfuckers was mad. Because he told you, he was telling you the truth about yourself. And that's what I do over here, is tell you the truth about yourself. People, y'all make up shit. Y'all try to make up shit over me, and then now y'all I'm under attack. Because what? I'm telling the truth about you motherfuckers. See, not long after this meeting, this woman went out and went live in front of like 1,000 people and said that I owe her $1,000. I owe you $1,000, and y'all talking about a $200,000 Netflix deal. I got a MacBook Pro. I don't know how much that joint cost us. That's probably $1,000. So I don't owe you anything. I was getting ready to send y'all the MacBook Pro, but you went on your live and talked shit. And that was a completely different deal. And that other deal wasn't as lucrative and was going to take time. So I know motherfuckers don't know business.
had much to do with Boost. But right now, really, HSM don't even exist no more.
Exactly. So it says HSM on YouTube, but when you click HSM, it goes to somebody. It goes to Boosie. It goes to him merged with somebody. I don't know who he merged with. All you do is gotta literally just click it.
And again, like I said, it was MO3 Badass. He merged with MO3. Badass Records merged with MO3 by himself, not HSM. And let me say this. If I seen people that wasn't doing stuff and they wasn't ready to work, I'm going to tell you, yo, I only want to work with you because you're about the money, which 3 was about the money. And he says it in interviews about how certain people in HSM, they, whatever HSM was, he took who was working, and those are the rappers, and you'll see them now. I see these records coming out or these things coming out and they say HSM Live Dude and HSM somebody else that they're putting shit up. And then there's, of course, the brother.
You got to click on YouTube and you go to HS. You put MO3 up to.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We gonna get on that as soon as he get back. Get this camera, this laptop. We be ready. Shit.
So if that's all that's holding you up, and I got this right here. Well, how much the camera cost?
With my partner G, the one that I don't know. You remember the class we talking about? We all cool and all this shit. But my partner G got the camera. He actually owns Certified Mixtape.
Another company, Certified Mixtapes, that you can go right online, right on YouTube, and look up Certified Mixtape. That's another company that's involved in this whole thing. But he said his partner G has something to do with Certified Mixtapes.
You know what I mean? That's been around since maybe 10 years now. Is an app, and so he did a lot of interviews and stuff like that. So he had the camera that we need already. Camera acquisition.
So why? Listen. So I'm just asking these questions just because I want some. I want some of this.
Yeah. But we can figure something out. Once we get this
I told you, I know this hasn't been stopping y'all from doing. This couldn't been stopping y'all. Not no Apple computer.
No, not at all. What was holding us up is that he's been on the road. You know what I mean? But he's about to stop doing what he's doing and just settle in back at home to where, okay, we can do what we need to do. Now, he's been on the road ever since 3 died. He's been so fucked up. He just gave up everything. That's how tight they was. You know what I mean? But he finally getting his stuff back together, man. He ready to do this.
So this partner G or whoever is evidently Dr. Stunchy, who did most of the shooting of MO3's videos because of this, say, Dr. Stunchy or Deshaun, whatever the fuck his name is, Deshaun something. No disrespect. His name Deshaun. And he has a brother that they call City G.
I like to get in on the ground floor, or we like to get in on the ground floor.
We'll talk about it for sure. We'll talk about it. This little thing, right?
Bam, right there. That little thing right there holds terabytes of music. It can hold terabytes of videos. And when they name it, it's at least 50 something songs of that's unreleased of MO3. Unreleased fucking music of MO3. I think it's over 50 something songs. I would have to go back and look at the paperwork. How the fuck did they get it? How did the stripper's dad get it? He just got out of jail. How did he get it? That ain't my business either. But it was being protected from rainwater because rainwater couldn't get it from them. They had to go to court. Miss Nicole couldn't get it from them. The father couldn't get it from them if he tried. But it's evident if this is what Drop is talking about, then it's evident that Drop may have placed that with them and that the father may have known. I mean, if the father is related to Drop, then, I mean, they're going to make it in safe. They're going to make it somewhere to be safe. You know, like somebody might put in some work to make sure that that shit stays safe. You see Queen 88 always calling her pop every time she get in trouble, right here on lives and all of that. She always called her pop. So her pop might know a couple, 2 or 3 things, and I know a couple, 2 or 3 things about him, and it's probably safeguarding. But the shit start fucking up because you didn't know how to do business, and neither did Rainwater. So I was the wrong person to come to with that bullshit because y'all didn't know how long I've been in business. You didn't know my background, that I've been to jail. I've been to jail. I'm a criminal. I've been to jail. So at this time, you see my daughter sitting. That's my daughter right there. I had to put her through college. So I'm trying to make deal. I ain't trying to get into illegal shit, but I still was worried about the family getting their money. And then all of a sudden I became a villain on YouTube. And all I did was give people money away on YouTube. Try to help people on YouTube. You know, I just came across something, and when I come across something, I have partners too.
Here I hold in my hand. Worth that much money.
He said it's worth that much money, man. $200,000. And Hairdrop is asking for $6 million. Long way from the 200.
Crazy.
Is that little thing right there? Which mine's there? I don't know.
Yeah, I got the same shit where I keep all my documents. I know music on there, but I keep the videos that I take on here on there. I got maybe about 3 or 4 of them. Then I got some little other journals, but that's not the thing. Let's get back on track. So now this is in August of 2023. So let's stop and let's see why I'm asking the question about Maserati. Yay. getting booked. Now, at the same time, all of this shit going on, there's a separate criminal case going on. A couple of them. Now, the first one that I'm gonna show you is GRC. Now, this is if you can't see, that says you can see it up here. This says 8/15/23. This was being filed, but it was filed under seal. But this is a superseding, look, this is the second superseding indictment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people were indicted. This is Jerry Lynn Johnson, say Maserati. Now, I don't know if that's Maserati. Yay, because it's a difference between this other guy that got out. But there's Cedric Bradley, Wesley Washington, Bodega, Theodore Thomas. I'm just saying, look, this the indictment, but it's the second superseding indictment. Right? Before these people got indicted, they were brought in under a complaint. In the feds, it takes a grand jury to indict you. But when they want to get you off the street real quick, somebody will go to the judge and be like, yo, I got information and I'm going to file a complaint. And then they bring you in on a complaint. You sit your ass in jail. And while they developing a case for you to bring it before what? The grand jury. Now, this is the second superseding indictment. So somebody was cooperating the whole time because this started with a complaint. And let me show you the complaint. Show the complaint. Okay, here is the complaint. Now, this complaint is an amended complaint, but nevertheless, you see, let me make sure that you're seeing. This is the complaint that they were brought in on, right here. But you see who filed the complaint? ATF Task Force Officer Eric Barnes. So let's read what he says about himself in bringing this complaint. Go his signature. This is the judge, Renee Harris Tolliver. She's a U.S. Magistrate Judge. My name is Eric Barnes. I am a law enforcement officer of the United States. I am an investigative or law enforcement officer of the United States within the meaning of Section 2510(7) of Title 18 United States Code and empowered by law to conduct investigations of and to make arrests for offenses enumerated and boom, 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 boom. Now, it says what right here? I have been deputized task force officer assigned to ATF Group 3 since when? February 2016. Deputy, so in all actuality, he says right here, I have been employed by my parent agency, the Dallas Police Department, for approximately 17 years and have been assigned to what? The Crime Against Persons Capers Division for approximately the last what? 10 years. As law enforcement officer, I have used a variety of methods investigating drug and what? Firearm related crimes, including but not limited to visual surveillance, witness interviews, the use of search warrants, confidential sources, undercover agents, pen registers / traps, and then trace devices and mobile tracking devices. And with that, he said he has some informants and other witnesses and participants in drug trafficking activity. I am familiar with the drug traffickers, how they do it. My knowledge of the facts alleged in this affidavit arises from my personal participation and observations in the investigation and my interviews of informants and my review of reports prepared by investigators of the ATF, DEA, and Dallas Police Department. Now, mind you, he says, look, DEA and Dallas Police Department, right? There's probable cause. In 2020, law enforcement agents with the Dallas Police Department and ATF initiated in 2020, the year that MO3 passed was 2020. So Dallas Police Department and the ATF initiated a joint investigation into a criminal organization known as the Get Rich Cartel, aka GRC. And what they say? I mean, this shit I put out here. And this is what they was doing. Several of whom have been recently investigated for drug trafficking, which was marijuana cocaine, synthetic drugs, illegal firearms possession, aggravated assault, and murder. Dallas Police Department, ATF, and DA are conducting a joint investigation into this organization. But it says that this all took place, like most of this shit was in April and May of 2022, right? They giving up. No. So now let's stop with that. This is the GRC investigation, and then it already says DEA. So I want you to concentrate Dallas Police Department, the DEA, and ATF, because we already know that Barnes was a task force officer with, you know, he was assigned to him. May 11th, Dallas Police Narcotics executed an evidentiary search warrant on a smoke shop. Law enforcement officials seized quantities by GRC members Cedric Bradley, Jerry Johnson were arrested for manufacturing and delivering on May 11th, 2022. All of the individuals that were arrested posted bond on the related charges. In September of 2022, Dallas Police Narcotics conducted multiple confidential source and undercover buys of cocaine at 330 Britton Avenue, a location where agents have since learned that Emmanuel Easter helps to run and operate. The identity of this confidential source is unknown to Eurofine. So up here, y'all lock up Cedric Bradley and Wesley. Who was it? It said, let's go back up here. See who they locked up first. Motherfuckers think everybody's supposed to be stupid. This John was for Wesley Washington, which it said Maserati under there. It said his name was Maserati something and Pops or whatever. Emmanuel Easter, but on May 11th, you arrested all these people and they posted bond and got right back out. And then what? Y'all caught people on a poll camera surveillance in October, all in 2022, right? It's telling you where they at. United States District Judge Ed Kincaid, Northern District of Texas, signed an order authorizing the interception of wire communications to and from cellular telephone number, get a number, which is used by Jerry Johnson. Interceptions first occurred on March 15th, 2023, and are currently active. This is 5/12/23. and it was currently active. Now, if I'm correct, look, on January 19, 2023, an ATF confidential source, to go his number, went to the Rich Tobacco Smoke Shop located wherever this is in Dallas to gain intelligence on the drug trafficking operation. The confidential source contacted GRC member Wesley Washington, who was selling narcotics inside the smoke shop. That was in January 2023. Sergeant J. Grimes, the weight of the suspected cocaine without packaging was 0.9 grams. The suspected cocaine was placed in Baylor Street property room on narcotics evidence tag boom 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 by ATF TFO E Barnes with a total evidence bag weight of 31.6 grams. Now, this is, they said they was looking at them since 2020, right? Okay. I was looking at them since 2020. So what happened in 2020? Let's see. Before we get to there, because there's one other thing. A year before that, make sure you're saying it. A year before that, Rayshawn Jackson is an attorney. You see how they play. You see how they play? It says, let me present it again. That from September 30th, 2020, MO3 still alive, through March 2020, 2021, Northern District of Texas. Now here is Tim Davis of what? DEA. John R. Parker was the magistrate that signed this joint, a criminal complaint. Make sure they ain't turn it back off. Yeah, a criminal complaint. Same thing that they brought GRC in. They brought this attorney in. But when they brought the attorney in, look at the wealth of information they gave us. This DEA agent, he says what his career was. So that meant that this DEA agent, we can assume that him and Eric Barnes were working together because since September 2019, DEA has been investigating a drug trafficking organization. So that drug trafficking organization was just called Drug Trafficking Organization in Dallas, Texas, that is responsible for large-scale distribution of illegally diverted opioids. During this time, 2 DEA undercover agents, hereinafter UC and UCA, along with a confidential source, made numerous purchases of hydrocodone from the organization's leader. The organization's leader, they refer to him as Dealer One. While the UC was purchasing hydrocodone from Dealer One on February 19, 2020. The confidential source asked Dealer One. So Dealer One and the confidential source, those are 2 different people. We already got that. Make sure we still on here. Yeah, we still on here. Hold on 1 second. So we know, let's just keep everything all in line. Somebody was dealing drugs, which that happens in everywhere in the United States, but they're specifically talking about Dallas, Texas. I mean, I know a bunch of fucking dealers. Everybody gets their money. Nobody can tell the next man how to eat, how to gain money, how to earn. So we don't have to, we can just, because we know that this goes on in most communities throughout the United States. Yeah, you're going to find drug dealers, here, there, whatever. But some of them drug dealers be trying to get their money clean is they handling a lot of money and they actually trying to get out of it. It's a crime they doing. I mean, just like prohibition. People got their money, got their fortunes through prohibition. I'm trying to bring something up because on Soul Player's channel, a lot of the players from Dallas comes on Soul Player's channel, including the one Rainwater. Give me a second. Y'all just be patient with me for a minute because I'm trying to bring something up. Because I just want everybody to know I'm not trying to solve the case. They got fucking officers down there that get paid for that. And those people, if we pay them out our taxes for local police and for these task force and all of this shit, Justice Department, all of this shit. So we have a right to say, yo, what's going on with this investigation? Can we see this surveillance? Why isn't this moving? Everybody has that right. But there's something what they call propaganda. And that's something, propaganda is to throw people off of what's really going on. And if Detective Barnes and Chris Anderson were already investigating HSM and knew that something was coming to MO3 or Melvin Noble, wasn't the first two people that got locked up in there was somebody, they were from GRC. It was Devin, they showed Devin Brown. He was supposed to be GRC, right? Because I'm still wondering how it waited till Rayshawn Jackson and Devin Brown, who had to be the first two people to be talking about anything because somebody was already cooperating. See, Devin Brown was Ben doing his thing, but he did his thing, and he was moving around the country. He gets booked for amphetamine, moving amphetamine. But that happened in, I want to say 2016 or something like that, or 2014, and he received a sentence, but he didn't serve any time on the sentence. Now remember, they on GRC, they was on the jacks. First, they had confidential source, but then they was on a jack, and then they used. It says that they were using tracking devices, meaning they was tracking cars. I mean, I want y'all to read this shit for yourself, so it's not me putting it in there. But it's really started over here. Just going date wise. Y'all can read it for yourself. I don't want to poison anybody's mind and say that it's what I'm saying. I don't want to say I got a confidential source. I don't have no confidential sources nowhere, and no police department. I don't know no cops. I don't get down with them. None of that. But you have some people on here saying that they got confidential sources inside of police stations that's telling them things about murders, and these cases aren't being solved. But these people are, and these are people in our community. We look up to rappers, and I don't look up to a rapper like, yo, I want to be like him. But they have a talent that anybody would like, and if you could be involved in some way, and when I say be involved some way, like, help their career go along, that they're out of the street and not, committing some type of crime or something like that. It would be a pretty good investment all around for everybody that's involved in that transaction. Being involved in a transaction could lead to what you call intellectual property because look, on May 5th, Dealer One asked again about how much money the undercover wanted to clean. So undercover came to Dealer One with the CS trying to clean how much? $500,000. So somebody $500,000. Now remember, somebody bought the people to the lawyer that probably, and I saw Rayshawn Jackson, and he looked like one of them lawyers, that he gets shit done in the courts. And this I missed before. Dealer One indicated that the people who would wash the money were business people who do this for a fee. Dealer One also stated that the people he dealt with, so he was dealing with them, knew he was a gangster and a crook. Dealer One assured the undercover that he could help the UC, the undercover, get the proceeds laundered. August 20th, the UC purchased additional hydrocodone from Dealer One after the narcotics transaction. Now, hydrocodone, if y'all know off the top of your head, is that a hydrocodone? Is that what type of drug is that? Is that a opioid? Let me see. I just want to make sure everything lining up. Yeah. Yeah. So hydrocodone is a opioid. It's an opioid. So, okay, so that's the hydrocodone. Let me close some of these windows and get back to business. Piece it all together as much as we can because we don't know nothing over here. We just read paperwork. So now there's another undercover agent that gets involved who provides security for the first undercover agent. It says they picked up Dealer One. They drove to the office, Rayshawn Jackson's office. During the commute to Jackson's office, the UC, the undercover, asked Dealer One what he told Jackson about the UC's drug organization. The undercover's drug organization. So We have cops posing as drug dealers. Um, and then coming to, I'm just trying to see how you do that. Like, you a cop and you came to a drug dealer and said that he has a drug trafficking organization, and this undercover cop had a drug trafficking organization. And nothing. I mean, I made it simple for him. You want to clean some money up that makes it easy on him. He know what we talking about. So when you see these shits in parentheses, these are actual shit that had to be recorded. So the most important part is this: what took place, the conversation that took place once they started talking about the business. And here it is. And what? Paragraph 13. After the pleasantries ended, the following discussion between the UC and Rayshawn Jackson took place. So, and this is Rayshawn Jackson talking. He's a lawyer, mind you. So, I need to know what it is we are wanting to do so that we can set up a plan for you guys to achieve, your goals and needs. And so the only way to do that is to kind of hear from you so that you can kind of put me in the loop. You see, undercover cop. Well, I don't know what you can do or what you can't do. So the ideal was to kind of hear it from you versus through him. So he said versus through him, meaning, like they said, like he, meaning dealer one. So whoever dealer one has been good to us. So, and he's Rayshawn says, who is him? Oh, B? Okay. And the undercover said, so we trust him. Yeah, sure. But but the thing I told him, meaning dealer one, is listen, he knows what kind of money I have. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, please. Okay, it's straight dope money. He come right out and tell him. I don't care where the money comes from. It's probably the same shit I would have said. Okay, so I just don't want no problems. We have money, lots of money, but the thing is, I need somebody to clean it up for me. Rayshawn says, of course, because our cousins is not going to run family money into duffel bags into a bank. Look, he said they're cousins. I am not going to run it in. And he tells them, you can't do that. You subject yourself to too much scrutiny and potential. The last thing you want to do, and what I've seen in my practice, those people who have done that have gotten caught. So he's telling that. But, well, I can easily we talk about $500,000. All right. His joint was 10%. But look, when they say they are, well, I can tell you a lot of money. I'm going to make you a rich man, but 10% is not what Colombians aren't doing it. We Haitians and Jamaicans is not doing it. We're setting it at about 3 to 5. Rayshawn says 3 to 5%. Mm-hmm. Okay. I would like 4 would make me comfortable. Then let's do 4. If you do like you say, I'll give you a bonus. And he says, okay. And here's the hook. The bonus outgoes, when Daddy Kane says yes, the bonus is going to outgo your fee. I can tell you that now. That was the hook right there. Daddy Kane. Now, fuck Daddy Kane is. Everybody knows who Daddy Kane is. We can look at it as Daddy Cocaine, but they wasn't supposed to be dealing with that. Daddy Kane is DC, because that's who the fuck they was working for, DC. Now, this is the DEA agent, which had to be working with Eric Barnes. Because it said dealer 1 bragged to the undercover that this dude, Jackson, has been leading us. We, dealer 1's DTO drug trafficking organization, are successful because of him. Dealer 1 continued to praise Jackson and vouch for his trustworthiness, saying the following: Ray is the bomb. I can assure you, you're fixing to enter into a real good relationship with Ray. You're going to be totally satisfied. He's a thug. He just got a law degree. They're saying he had just got his law degree. Ray is a good person. I can't say enough about him. I trust him implicitly. So then they start doing their tracking. On September 12th, 2020, the UCCS called Jackson and conveyed to him that the boss of the UC's drug trafficking organization had decided to utilize Jackson's service. Yeah, DC did. So they start doing their transactions. But I wanted to show you something. So Jackson really told him, look, and he told him where it was going to be: Wyoming accounts, Jackson also confirmed with the UC that if Jackson needed to contact either of them for any reason, he would reach out to whose cell phone? Not dealer one's, the confidential sources cell number. The UC agreed that the CS number was the best number to use. Now remember, this man's last name is Jackson, right? So why wouldn't he, if they trusted him, he trusted him implicitly, why was they going through the confidential source cell phone number? And who is the confidential source? We don't know who that CS is. Unless because we know that dealer one name was, all we got is B. So we don't know who the fuck B is. Back to Eric Barnes. He said he was working with what? Confidential sources. So these jokers had there we go again. So that's one right there. Now, they said they was going to move the money through businesses, right? Then another indictment comes out August, where 101 people get indicted. This is the third superseding indictment. The first business we see, RJ Telecom and its related entities exported nearly 100 million worth of Apple and Samsung products to the United Arab Emirates. I'm not going through this whole job right here. I just wanted to show some card swap fraud. T-Mobile. I don't know how. Right here. July 1st of 2020, somebody went in and bought some phones. I don't know it's the truth, but the name was Michael. I'm going to show you and go back and connect everybody. Because the that met person that met with Drop and was supposed to be the sister or whatever of, I don't know, of Jasmine Moore. Their name was Michael Sims, and he testified in the MO3 case as far as the copyright, trying to get those. He was testifying on behalf of the estate to get the recordings, but he fucked up. Jasmine Moore fucked up because through their testimony, it was established that Rainwater couldn't be there because Rainwater was locked up. So why y'all lying for Rainwater to try to get through his shit? And when that didn't work, all of a sudden now Rainwater is an independent contractor. He didn't work. So he didn't work for Empire like he said. They say he was an independent contractor. Yeah, he don't get no benefits as no independent contractor, and you have to produce. And we can see that from the time that MO3 passed away, how many albums we got out? How many albums did we get out from MO3? That, you know, Rainwater, the manager, he was supposed to be a producer. So who got the money? Who got the bread? Who got that upfront money? Who got that advance money? Yeah. That's what the MO3 sector was spending, doing all that clown shit they was doing. Being a propaganda arm for Rainwater. I'm not gonna say Empire. The evidence of Empire being involved in it, I don't see it. I see their game, because if you know somebody is out in the streets and it's a possibility, just let's say your grandmother or grandfather know you out in the street, so they go get an insurance policy on you. They don't fucking go out and kill you, do they? I mean, my grandmother, she had insurance policies on everybody except me, because I handled my business. I wasn't in the street. She had it on my uncles, and she had it on my nephew. They was in the street. She foresaw that she was might have to bury them, so she got an insurance policy on them, and she made sure that those insurance policies had money, universal life policies and everything. Made money. So as far as that, I don't get into that part with the corporate entities. I get into it with the people that we can touch, the people that we know. Like Brandon Rainwater and all of these people in the MO3 sector that we know. Y'all street level, y'all supposed to be our brothers and sisters, and y'all know what y'all doing, and y'all know y'all doing dirt. And nobody really cares about you doing dirt. It's just that don't go out and do dirt to people that ain't doing nothing to you. Y'all acting like y'all bullies, and I hate bullies. And I hate motherfuckers that, if you court, bro, you fucking court. The fuck is you? What is you even talking about? What is the MO3 sector even talking about? And calling the police, and y'all know that they were still cooperating all the way up until, and they might still be cooperating, people in the MO3 sector. Because didn't they say that Soul Player was the godfather of the MO3 sector or something like that? All these people was claiming to have started the MO3 sector and was part of the MO3 sector and was given history on the MO3 sector. They call themselves, they got all types of names. MO3 sector general, MO3 sector CEO. All of these people are calling that the MO3 sector and all of that. They ain't playing his music, and none of y'all is giving money to the mom. None of y'all is helping the case advance. No, it seemed like y'all trying to undermine the case. Y'all trying to undermine the case, and everybody is trying to eat and just use the man's name. So the MO3 sector was meant to silence anyone that was trying to look into the case. So what does that tell us when Brandon Rainwater can come onto my channel? Send people to my channel. Let's finish this part. Let me finish. So y'all see, now I'm not sure. I'm asking people out there that's listening, is this Maserati, is that Maserati Yay? Is that the same person? This Maserati that's the number one guy on this indictment? Because let me see. I just want to make sure. I don't know how many Maserati people is down there, but Jerry Lynn Johnson was making a song, and this was 44 minutes ago. Who was playing this? Beyond his shorts. Let me go to my history. So while I'm looking for the actual, wait a minute, I think Sin City had it on her. Okay, well, I don't see it on her channel now, but I believe it was Sin City that said, that put it out there that Soul Player and this guy was arguing, I think about like $30. And now the ball is in federal holding, because I did show y'all the case, that case started moving. Let me close some of these windows. I did show y'all that the case started moving and two people had copped out. I just want to see was that one of them Maserati. Hey. No, it wasn't. So how was, well, I want to show y'all this. The number 5 guy, how did he plead out? How did he plead out? This bodega guy, his name is Theodore Thomas, okay, bodega. And then how did this guy plead out? Emmanuel Easter, which was number 4. So 4 and 5 plead out, as far as we know. But let's be thorough and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you so y'all see what I'm looking at. Let me stop this screen and show you. I'm going into the criminal part of this now. Share the screen and let you see what I'm looking at. And this is right there. USA versus Johnson et al. 5/11/23. Now, this get past me right here. In July, in July of 2023, it said the criminal / magistrate case was unsealed. This is a district court case. So we're going to go to the magistrate case. Yeah. Well, let's go to the magistrate case. And that should be this one right here. Should be the magistrate case. Yeah, this is what we already looked at right here. So we saw that already. So then, who is the sources on MO3 got killed? Let me see. MO3. Yeah, this is one of the things that I saw right here. This is one of the things I showed y'all right here. Because as soon as the guy pled guilty, they set conditions for release. They released him from jail. So how the fuck is he on federal hold if they was in jail in the first place? Let me see if these jokers are in jail. Because they just might be playing games with y'all shuffling jokers out in jail. First name, Jerry Johnson. Let's see if they playing in our face. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. I'm going to share my screen with y'all, man. This case and how it turned out is, you know, this is bullshit. So what is this nigga's name? So I put in his name. Like, look at all of these jokers. Not in BOP custody. All these people not in BOP custody. Okay, here go Jerry. Here go A. Jerry Lynn Johnson. Black male. He's 33. 6, 20, 20, 25. Is we saying this? It's everybody saying it. 'Cause let's see if what's the name of them got out of jail. Devin Brown. Well, I got a lie. I told you the 14th was Friday. He wasn't supposed to get out till like the 15th or the 16th. So they don't let you out. Look, it says he's not in BOP custody as of 2/14/2025. So Devin Brown is on the street. Let's see about Rayshawn Jackson. $55, same thing. So Devin Brown is supposed to be locked up for wasn't he supposed to be locked up for the murder of MO3? How is that nigga not in BOP custody? They would have held him over. Let's go to now I'm looking, and I would suppose the Devin Brown. So this is what I came up with. Let me go back on here and make sure that this is the same Devin Brown and see if our justice system is doing what it's supposed to do. "32 years old. So it says he's not in BOP custody. But when you look on Dallas website, let me present the screen. Online jail search. Is this the same Devin Brown right here? Because this says his booking date is 2/14 at 5:38 p.m. It would look like it would be him. Is that him? This Devin Brown is charged with money laundering. Possession of marijuana. There it is right there. Murder. No, that Devin Brown. See if I can get a picture of this joke. I don't got no fucking images of him. Let's try. Let me put in here. So I got a picture of Devin Brown right here. So let me look at this Devin Brown that here, make sure that I got this right. Now this the Devin Brown that they say that they got locked up that day. I mean, right now that's locked up for murder. Don't tell us that. And then this Devin Brown. This is the Devin Brown right here. This Joker right here. Now, he could have grew some dreadlocks in his head for the time he been locked up. I don't know. See, it says, according to the criminal complaint, that's what they found. Methamphetamine tablets. So we already know that they ain't get no joint. And they ain't really got no time because they already, if this the same Devin Brown, so what I don't understand is that he got indicted for being a felon in possession of a firearm in the feds. And one of the counts and what he's locked up for. And if this the same Devin Brown, I don't know. Somebody will have to tell me like that, know this joke, because I mean, it look like the nose is the same. it's the tattoo on the neck that get me. This could be him and say Devin Brown, but I don't know that his birthday because his birthday is blacked out. Insufficient mind, man, delegate, and money laundering, possession. So it is, yeah, marijuana. But where's that methamphetamine charge? All right, here we go. All right, let me share my screen with y'all. So I went in the dollar system and see about Devin Brown, Devin Maurice Brown. And this is, there go Devin Maurice Brown right here. And then this Devin Maurice Brown right here is the one that it would look like is the Devin Brown that is involved in, they're saying was involved in MO3's murder. Just look at all of these. So this is in 2020. But this say 2/19/2020. All right, well, this, it would look like it would be this one right here. It should be this one right here because this is in April. So let's see. There it is. 11/11/20. Okay, here we go. Some document. So this is the indictment. I want to see something that's filed later. All right, so flag custody. I don't know if y'all looking at this with me. So I viewed one of the documents on the sheet. This one right here, where it says something about a subpoena, and this would seem like it stopped the case. But let me go back to that, because when you read what he was asking for, he wanted to ask and see if he was treated at the hospital. Let me share the screen with you, but I want to look at something else before we go there. I'm gonna download these documents. Right. All right, that's one. The other document is this document is the document I told you that when they filed this document, this is all right. So here we go. Now you can look at it. So before we look at Devin Brown, so it looks like Devin Brown is Devin Brown is locked up. Devin Maurice Brown right here in the court's portal. But when you go and look at the documents, like the first thing I looked at was the judicial officer. Why is the judicial officer's name different? I'm not going to be picky with that because this says magistrate. I don't know how they do their system down there, so I ain't going to try to undermine their system or anything. But this Devin Brown, here's the documents that, let me make sure the indictment that I download this indictment. All right, so let me download this indictment. Yo, I want y'all to look at this indictment. Who they think they playing with? This is a state indictment for Devin Brown right here that he's been held on. Look what it says. So they're saying that Devin Maurice Brown, the indictment is saying that he shot, that he's the one that shot him, that he shot him. He shot MO3. That's what he got indicted on, right? This is what the cops say as far as Devin Brown involvement in this case. And on November 13th, while investigating MO3's death, look, who's right there, Detective Eric Barnes, and he says that he got call logs that showed suspect Brown's phone number the day prior and morning of the offense. Research was conducted on that phone number, which showed it belonged to suspect Brown. On November 19th, suspect Brown was arrested for a federal, was transported, interviewed by Detective Anderson. Suspect Brown confirmed that he had recently learned that complainant Noble and a known witness were dating. Suspect Devin Brown stated that on the day of the offense, he called the juvenile witness in the morning, but denied any involvement in the offense. Suspect Devin Brown admitted that he was upset over a recent Facebook video that involved complainant Noble. All right, but y'all said that it was this dude White that actually shot him. Right there. After the shooting, suspect White fled in a black Chevy Camaro. A witness was interviewed and stated that suspect Devin Brown was upset over a relationship involved complaining. This witness informed the text that suspect Devin Brown Jr., also known as whatever they call him, contacted a juvenile witness by phone just prior to the murder. The witness learned that during the phone call, suspect Brown asked the juvenile witness if complainant Noble was at the location. I know they put in here that he wasn't there. He was on the phone. Said. Here. Detective Anderson obtained cellular phone location data records for suspect whites that showed to be in the vicinity of witness Jackson's apartment the night before and morning of the offense where the deceased complainant stayed. The data obtained was plotted, which traveled the same path of complainant Noble's cellular phone records and placed him near the crime scene where complainant Noble was shot. Phone records for suspect Devin Brown's phone were received and plotted. In comparison of those phone records confirmed numerous calls between suspect Devin Brown and suspect White the day prior and day of the offense. There appeared to be active phone call communication that occurred between suspect White and Devin Brown while complainant Noble was followed after he left the witness. Where is it that they saying that he was in the vicinity though? And he was the shooter. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, where he was the shooter? Now he was the shooter? Well, I can't vouch for it. I wasn't there. But if he was, then why did he ask for this document? He asked for a DNA test. Right here. This is a 5-page joint. And this is the order from the judge. judge. On April 20th, the court has reviewed the attached subpoena requesting medical records pertaining to Noble Melvin Abdul, date of birth, treated at Dallas Fire Rescue on 11/11/2020, and good cause has been shown for the issuance of the attached subpoena to further the prosecution of the criminal matter pending before this court. It's hereby ordered that the healthcare provider / mental health care provider named in the subpoena release all records designated. And this is what they want: a true and correct copy under affidavit authenticating same of any and all records relating to any medical surgical treatment administered to Noble Melvin Abdul, patient admitted on or about 11/20 for treatment of a gunshot wound, including release of sensitive information such as HIV, AIDS, chemical and alcohol dependency, and mental illness. In lieu of personally appearing before the said court at said time, place, and the said witness may comply with the subpoena by furnishing true and correct certified copies of aforesaid records to the following named person at the following address, and then there's this. So why isn't it in the records? Well, that's Devin Brown. He looks like Devin Brown, and it looks like the date, and he has the date set up for the 28th for a hearing. There's a hearing for him on the 28th for a judicial officer. So I guess we'll hear something about that case, the criminal side. Then, and now we have the indictment, subpoena. And you know what? Let me take down the docket sheet. But I mean, he could have got a tattoo while he was in there on his throat. Can't say that it ain't him. again, I said February was going to be that month, and I just want to, before I sign off, I want to go look at this thing that judge put out. He put out a scheduling order, and that scheduling order said, I think the 28th was one of the dates something was supposed to happen. Well, being that, let me check before I go. Let me check if they changed it. The no, the hearings are still set for those dates. They say that they're going to be. So they have a mediation conference on the 21st. Oh, here go the proposal. Here go the order setting hearing and then. Up. So it would look like I want to show that video. I don't want to show it on nobody else's. I want to show it on nobody else's platform because I wanted this shit to stay up so y'all can see how these people playing in your face. Because Maserati, yay, how is he out and the indictment still? He's still indicted. GRC indictment still. They only two people. It only show that two people pleaded out. Unless that nigga pleaded out on some undercover shit, how he walking on the streets, or unless he working. So that means y'all mic'd up for real down that joint. Because if Jokers is getting released after they plead guilty, who is these people? Jokers is saying some Jokers is pleading and they illegal immigrants, so they just shipping them back to where they was from. So if you look at all of these documents together that I showed, who having a court case? What court case they supposed to have? And why is these Jokers, what? Matter of fact, nah, so player, you ain't getting that. There you go.
Zell Jr. wouldn't even stand in front of me.
Who is that? The only thing you gotta do is get me. You put me in the ring with Drake. Him leave his pistol somewhere. He just got.
Hey, what's up with his I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. I'm just listening.
I'm a bad nigga. 150. I'm a bad nigga.
Yeah, don't listen to that Maserati.
150. I fuck a nigga kneecap up.
Okay, get on there. Hold on, watch this, Mama. Get on this live and say you want to box me. You don't put up no money. I'm gonna put up 10,000, and you give me your social media page.
I don't see the comment.
I don't trust you with no money. I do this shit for free.
Well, I can screenshot.
I'm gonna let your knee beat up my fist. Your knee gonna beat the fuck up out my fist.
That nigga talk. Why you talking about beating up nigga knees?
Because nigga, I'm here to win. I ain't here to. I'm here to win and go home victorious. Fuck what a nigga talking about. I'm gonna hit nigga in his kneecap. You hear me? Yeah. He thinking about that shit now. Yeah, you better.
Mazel.
Yeah, nigga have to put his gun to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Nigga have to put his gun to fuck with me.
He said I gotta pull. He said I gotta pull my gun out to whoop him.
Knee action. No face, no body. All time knee.
I don't know, so player. Drake say he's good at the shoulders, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna drop. You see, man, he over there looking like damn. So player fucked up.
So player, you don't hear shit from me because I'm giving my life.
What's up, Drake?
You got pulled over, remember?
Yeah.
He's getting locked up right here.
Yeah.
Free run.
Fuck with y'all.
Now, I'm sorry, bitch. I'm sorry.
Put the camera up, look at your nephew. That nigga lying.
I don't want you to go to jail, ho.
That nigga got insurance. He got license. He got everything.
He got fake money in the car, though. They gonna see all that fake ass money.
So, bro, I got a trunk. I got a bag in the trunk full of money right now. I show you. You know me.
Y'all both
don't know nigga. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it at that.
There's so playing saying he got all that fake ass money, and that's what you're saying at the beginning of the joint. He got fake money. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Y'all better. Y'all can't talk money to me no more. Y'all I don't do no money stories.
Hold on, let me see what he said to the police.
Hold on.
I just saw you.
Okay, so I just took it out, but I'm sorry though. Let me get you. No, I mean I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm just telling you, you weren't wearing it. You got an insurance card. You go for it. That's fine.
This bitch done got pulled on for real.
He got all his credentials. He gonna be all right. I'll go get him out if he don't. What up, Dre? Dre the Don, what up, baby? So player.
What's up?
Get up,
man. I'm gonna tell you that. What happened to Maz? Oh, he cut the camera out. He don't want niggas to know he finna go to jail. He finna go to jail for chopping.
Fucking with so player. See, my karma gonna bring out that real shit. My energy gonna bring out that real shit, man. Yeah, he should have just paid so player that money. He wouldn't have been in that predicament. Laws wouldn't be fucking when he be smooth rolling, wouldn't be on the line. None of that shit be happening. If he just would have done what he's supposed to do. But I told him 2 weeks ago, I said, well, I'm gonna make you famous, bitch. I'm gonna give you all the promo you want for the free. I'm gonna give you this shit for the free. You ain't gotta pay me no more, bitch. I'm just gonna expose you.
So how the fuck did he end up owing you $30, $60, $100, whatever?
Man, the nigga really only owed me $30, but the nigga took it so long to pay it. His guilt kicked in, talking about, bro, I'm just gonna pay you double. Now,
so play, yo, you got this boy, yo, for $30 fucking dollars, bro. So play, man. Yo. So play, you got this boy locked up for $30, bro. That's the thing about these jokers. They know that the feds is down here. That's why you gotta be careful who you talking to, who site you, who join you going on. That's why we don't know shit over here. We just read paperwork. And I just showed you that dude right there, that's Maserati Yay, and his name is Jerry Lynn Johnson. He is locked up. And I'll show you again. He's locked up. I don't tell when it happened, but God damn. And if wasn't so player, damn. This how they giving how they giving him saying he not getting out until how they gave him a date already if he just got booked. He ain't on no goddamn federal fucking hold. If that's him, how he got a release? Man, somebody gotta tell me who Maserati Gay is. I gotta know if that's the same dude. It's his real name. No, this can't be him. I don't think this the same guy. Can't be. No, I don't think it's him. Nothing is showing his real name. Can't be the same guy. So for now, I can't say for sure if that's Jeremy Lynn Johnson. I can't say for sure. That dude name is Maserati. Say pop on the jump. I don't know how many Maseratis is down in Texas, so I'm not gonna put that out there. But if that is him, like that's fucked up. Let me look up Emmanuel Easter. That would really be fucked up. Joker's playing online and get a Joker locked up. Is my girl still on here? K Marie, you still on here? the first, as soon as I put Maserati Yay indictment on there, he on real life production is they addressing some snitching joint. So it might be. I mean, I can't put this up. I don't know. Man, that's cool. Say he went on a date with an undercover agent. All right, I'm done. I really don't. I'm not that too much into the case that I trying to go that far. I ain't trying to go that far looking into that part, but I can't say Devin Brown is out, and then looks like from everything they're showing, he's in Dallas County on the murder beef, MO3. He's scheduled for a hearing on the 28th of February, but on one of these sheets it says that he has a bond hearing set up. I don't know if there's a bond hearing or if he's not getting bond. I don't know how they do down in Texas. It's a whole bunch of weird shit going on down there. So I don't know. But you got this right here. This document. It's one document that they're trying to add defendants on. Nobody's talking about these people. I wonder why ain't nobody talking about them. Why everybody talking about everything else except this? And listen, the people that play guilty on these people that play guilty, they don't even have a sentence yet, and they letting them out on the street. That's one thing I don't understand is in Dallas, like, if you ain't get sentenced yet, why they letting you out on the street? If you was locked up already, if they locked everybody up, I showed y'all the docket sheet where it says warrant returned. The jokers went in and they kept getting put on an indictment. Then they had a second superseding indictment. This is GRC. How is they on the street? Why would Maserati Yay go straight to the? Why would they say he on federal hold? I don't know. This shit get where? But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take me a break and I'm coming back. I got something to show y'all. So I'll be back in a couple 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna set this live up and put this paperwork together because I kind of got off and then they interrupted it. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you. But I know that MO3 mom has to be smiling now that shit is starting to move, and I'm happy to see that stuff is moving now, and we're gonna get some answers. Yeah, because some people I haven't heard from, they quiet. So let me unsettle y'all for a minute. I like to play around on this internet. Let me unsettle y'all since nobody else is going to tell y'all the truth.